This is the farmhouse where I grew up, where my father grew up, where my grandfather grew up, where my great-grandfather grew up. The main house was built in 1860. We got electricity in 1943 with the Rural Electrification Act. And now what I am doing is I'm removing the majority of the 1960 updates and reverting the era back to somewhere between 1920 and 1950. I'm going to show you each room in the order that I did them years ago. While I am no more of a carpenter or a designer than any member of my family has ever been, I'm doing it to suit me and my tastes. This was the 32-inch wide front door on our porch. Now, if you go back to Book 1, Chapter 7, you see where we took out the 32-inch door going into the kitchen and changed it to 36. So with the porch door being only 32, effectively that 36-inch kitchen door is only 32. So we decided to make the door 36. So we started by taking that post right next to the door jamb apart, and we found out it was hollow. So I took a reciprocating saw and I cut it back to give me my 36-inch width plus the thickness of the door jamb. And as you can see here, it is hollow. And you can notice the extension pole. We've got that, making sure that by cutting some of that support away that we weren't going to have a problem with the ceiling coming down. And because it was hollow, we stuck a piece of the 1-inch polyiso rigid insulation in, fill up that gap. And then that insulation was recovered with the piece that we had pulled off to cut the timber away. And we did the same thing to the portion of the beam that was the knee wall. And then we installed some new aluminum flashing under the sill of the door. Here you can see our new 36-inch wide glass door for the porch. And here's what it looks like from the outside. And you can see that we took the scroll work with the letter H on it that we had originally removed from the 1950 aluminum door and put that on as kind of a continuity feature. And then it was time for paint. So you can see that we've got the door masked off here. And you can see we painted it Rust-Oleum green enamel. And here's what it looks like with the door finished. Now the idea of these doors now, both of them are 36. When you walk into the porch, the door swings left hand over and goes against a magnet and holds it against the wall. When you open up the kitchen door, that's a right hand door, so that swings into the porch and locks against the wall. So now you have a 36-inch wide straight shot into the house to bring furniture or whatever in with no obstructions. And that is how we installed the new door and made it easier to get into the porch and the house.